Most all of us love efficiency. I know I do. I am extremely guilty. I'm that person that as I'm walking through the house, rather than making one trip to do one thing, I will attempt to let me gather up the laundry as I'm passing through the bathroom. I'll get the trash and I'll carry all of that through and oh, let me go ahead and move this thing. If I'm going to take a trip somewhere to do something, I like to have multiple little side quests along the way to feel like I've had a very efficient trip. Efficiency is a good thing. It also sounds virtuous. It makes us sound like we're responsible, diligent, hardworking, all of these things. I'm not saying that you should be inefficient in your business. However, efficiency can come with a cost. One thing that I noticed in particular with large teams that have developed processes and procedures that they've been operating in for quite some time is that sometimes the efficiencies end up creating a whole heck of a lot of lack of clarity. What ends up happening is that we do things because that's the way it's always been done. Have you ever heard this? Not because it's necessarily the most effective way of getting something done, or certainly not the most personable way of getting something done. We lose a lot of personality and personableness through our efficiencies a lot of times. So what ends up happening is that we're moving fast because we're efficient, right? We're able to get a lot done. We're able to look up and go, good on us. Things are getting accomplished. And those are all wonderful things. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about that. But again, we can lose the meaning behind why we're doing the things that we're doing. And here's where I see this show up. Have you ever hired someone new into your organization and they've got ideas? This is known as the ignorant bystander, ignorant in a good way. They've got ideas about how we can improve things, do things differently, make things better, more personable, more efficient even perhaps. And it's immediately shot down because no, this is how we've always done it, right? No, we can't do that. No, we always do it this way. And if you've ever been on the receiving side of that no, because it's so frustrating, especially if there's no real clarity as to why we're doing it in that way to begin with, right? The personableness, I keep mentioning that too, in a world where we can very easily get a rote, scripted answer from a robot in 2.5 seconds, think of any LLM, sometimes our hyper efficiencies can take away from working with a human and what it means to do that and the experience that you expect out of that. So take a second to think about, faster isn't always better. More efficient isn't always the way that we want to go about things. And this is coming from a high D type A person who always wants things faster, better, quicker, and more efficient. It's not always the best way of tackling tasks. Having clarity and allowing everyone on the team to know why we do things the way that we do them makes a huge difference in optimization and in bringing everyone back to the ultimate common pull for why we're all here together in the first place, right? Especially in real estate, why are we here? We're here to help people buy and sell houses. Well, we can do that efficiently, but ultimately there's a whole lot of heart and soul that goes into that you're going to cut out if we're only optimizing for efficiencies. So take a second, read through your SOPs, your manuals, your standard operating procedures, and take a look at, do we know the why behind some of this what, or are we just doing it because it's the way we've always done it?